Some seasons in life do not feel productive. They feel slow, they feel uncomfortable, and they often feel confusing. You may look around and wonder why things are not moving forward the way you expected, why progress feels delayed, why clarity feels distant, and why this season seems to demand more patience than you thought you had. But not every season is meant to give you visible results. Some seasons are meant to teach you things that success never could. There are lessons that only come through waiting. There is wisdom that only forms through restraint. And there is strength that only develops when you are required to remain steady without immediate answers. If this season feels heavy, it does not mean it is pointless. It means it carries something valuable. Growth does not always arrive with momentum. Sometimes it arrives quietly, slowly, almost unnoticed. You may feel like you are standing still while others move ahead. You may feel like life is asking you to pause while the world keeps rushing, and that pause can feel frustrating, even discouraging. But stillness is not failure. There are moments when moving slower allows you to see more clearly, when waiting protects you from decisions you are not yet ready to make, and when discomfort teaches you boundaries, discernment, and depth. This season may be teaching you patience where impatience once ruled. It may be teaching you trust where control once felt safer. Or it may be teaching you humility where pride once pushed you forward too quickly. Not every lesson feels gentle while it is being learned. Some lessons stretch you, some confront you, and some quietly reshape the way you think, respond, and choose. You may not see the value of this season yet. You may not understand why things had to slow down, and you may wish this phase of life would hurry and pass. But what you are learning now may be exactly what will support you later. There are things you can only learn when progress is delayed, when comfort is removed, and when you are required to sit with uncertainty rather than escape it. This season may be teaching you how to listen instead of react, how to pause instead of rush, and how to trust without needing immediate confirmation. These are not small lessons. They shape the kind of person you become. They influence the choices you will make, and they determine how you will handle what comes next. You are not being held back. You are being prepared in a way that protects you. Sometimes the most important growth happens before anything changes on the outside, before doors open, before opportunities appear, and before progress becomes visible. This is where inner strength forms. This is where emotional maturity grows. And this is where faith becomes steady rather than reactive. If this season feels uncomfortable, it does not mean something is wrong. It means something is being refined. You are learning how to stand without rushing, how to remain grounded without constant reassurance, and how to trust without needing control. These lessons stay with you long after this season ends. What you are learning now will support future decisions. It will influence how you respond to pressure. And it will guide you when life demands wisdom rather than speed. You may not see the results yet, but learning is happening. You are becoming more aware, more discerning, and more grounded than before. This season is shaping how you carry responsibility, how you handle uncertainty, and how you respond when life does not move according to your timeline. You are not behind. You are being equipped, and what you are learning now cannot be rushed, skipped, or replaced. Allow this season to teach you what it came to teach. Not everything needs to be comfortable to be meaningful, and not everything needs to feel good to be valuable. Growth often feels quiet while it is happening, and clarity often comes after patience has done its work. If today feels slow, let it be slow. If today feels uncertain, let it be uncertain. You do not need to force understanding. You are allowed to learn at this pace. Take a moment now. Breathe slowly. Release the pressure to move faster. Release the urge to compare. And allow yourself to remain present. Stay here for a moment. Let the music that follows help you reflect on what this season is shaping within you. Let it create space for stillness, for calm, and for quiet understanding. Remain here, breathe, and allow this season to teach you what only time and patience can reveal. There are moments in this season when the challenge is not loud or dramatic, but slow and quiet, unfolding day by day in ways that are easy to overlook. It shows up as unanswered questions that linger longer than expected, as decisions that require patience rather than urgency, and as the subtle pressure of not knowing exactly what comes next. This is often where growth becomes uncomfortable, because it does not arrive with excitement or immediate reassurance. Instead, it asks you to remain steady without clarity, to stay present without confirmation, and to trust even when the path ahead feels incomplete. That kind of trust is not learned quickly, and it is not learned easily. You may notice that your patience is being tested in deeper ways than before. Situations that once triggered quick reactions now ask you to pause and reflect. Expectations you once held firmly may feel less certain. Even the version of yourself that carried you through earlier seasons may feel insufficient for the challenges you are facing now. This season may be inviting you to release habits, reactions, and patterns that once felt natural, not because they were wrong, but because they are no longer aligned with who you are becoming. Letting go of what is familiar can feel unsettling, especially when the new direction has not fully revealed itself yet. When progress slows, it can create the illusion that your life is paused, as though nothing meaningful is happening. But stillness does not mean stagnation. There is a kind of development that only takes place when movement slows enough for awareness to deepen and for distractions to fade into the background. In quieter seasons like this, you are often invited to look inward more honestly. You begin to notice patterns that no longer serve you, reactions that come from fear rather than wisdom, and habits that once protected you but now limit your growth. This awareness is not always comfortable, but it is necessary. These lessons are rarely dramatic. They do not announce themselves loudly. Yet they shape something essential within you. They influence how you carry responsibility, how you respond under pressure, and how you remain grounded when circumstances feel uncertain. At times, you may feel resistance rising within you, a desire to rush forward simply to escape the discomfort of waiting. You may feel tempted to force clarity, to take action simply to feel movement again. But not every uncomfortable feeling is meant to be avoided. Some discomfort signals that growth is actively taking place. This season may be strengthening emotional maturity within you, teaching you how to remain calm without immediate answers, and helping you develop balance even when outcomes are unclear. These are not small qualities. They form the foundation that supports future decisions and responsibilities. You may not yet understand why things are unfolding at this pace or why certain doors remain closed longer than expected. But understanding often comes after patience has done its work. Clarity tends to arrive once trust has been allowed to grow without being rushed. There are lessons learned in waiting that cannot be learned in motion. There is confidence that forms when you realize you can remain steady without control. And there is wisdom that develops when you learn to respect timing rather than attempt to manage every outcome. This season is not a season of loss. It is a season of preparation. What you are learning now will shape how you respond later, how you handle responsibility, and how you move forward when greater opportunities eventually appear. Even if it feels slow, even if it feels uncertain, even if it feels uncomfortable, this season is shaping you in ways that will matter deeply when the next chapter begins. You are not behind. You are becoming more grounded, more aware, and more prepared than you were before. Now, allow this moment to slow down. There is nothing you need to solve right now, nothing you need to decide, and nothing you need to carry forward into the next moment. You have done enough for today. If your thoughts feel heavy, let them rest. If your heart feels tired, allow it to soften. You do not need clarity in this moment. You only need peace. Some answers come later. Some understanding takes time. And some growth happens quietly, without effort. So stay here for a moment. Let your breathing slow, let your shoulders relax, and allow yourself to be present without pressure. The music that follows is simply here to hold this space, to help you rest, to help you reflect, and to help you remain still without rushing what comes next. There is no urgency here, no expectation, no need to move forward yet. Just remain, breathe slowly, and allow this moment to end gently as the music begins.